Hello guys, myself Ratul Datta. Today I am going to present a project on Netflix and TV show clustering. This project done as a solo project. Here is the project summary. This dataset consists of TV shows and movies available on Netflix as of 2019. The dataset is collected from Flexible, which is a third-party Netflix search engine. In 2018, they released an interesting report which shows that the number of TV shows on Netflix has nearly tripled since 2010. The streaming service's number of movies has decreased by more than 2,000 titles since 2010, while its number of TV shows has nearly tripled. It will be interesting to explore what all other insights can be obtained from the same dataset. Integrating this dataset with other external datasets such as IMDb ratings, Rotten Tomatoes can also provide many interesting findings. In this project, we have required to do a exploratory data analysis and understanding what type of content is available in different countries. And Netflix has been increasingly focusing on TV rather than movies in recent years, clustering similar content by matching text-based features. So here is the GitHub link for my project, and here is the problem statement for the project. This project aims to analyze a Netflix dataset and perform clustering techniques to group similar shows and movies together and provide insights and recommendations based on the clustering results. The project will contribute a better understanding of Netflix content landscape and aid in decision making process for company. Let's begin the data analysis. First is the attribute information. Here is the name of the data, some dataset columns like the show ID, unique ID for every movie or TV show, type, identify a movie or a TV show, title, identify the title of the movie or the TV show, and etc. etc. In order to analyze the data, we need to import some libraries such as NumPy, Pandas, Simon, Matplotlib, sklearn.cluster for clustering, and etc. etc. So here is a code to mount the Google Drive and copy the dataset. Create a copy of our dataset. Here is the first view of the dataset. Here is the first 5 columns of the dataset. Here is the dataset rows and columns count. This dataset had 7,787 rows and 12 columns. Here is the name of the all columns. Here is the information about the dataset columns. Like it is the name of the dataset. There is the non-null value of the dataset, and here is the data type present in the object. So our dataset has no duplicate values, but our dataset has some missing values or null values. Here is the number of null values, and here is the columns list. Here is the unique number of total unique values present in the column. So here it is the description of all I know from the dataset till now. Let's understand the dataset variables. Here is the all column names of the dataset. Here is a detailed description of the all column names like the count, unique, top frequented variables, mean, standard, etc. etc. Next is the data wrangling. So first we converting date added column into date time format and store it into different column. Let's check for missing value. Here we have checked that the cast has a missing value, country has missing value. So we replace the cast missing values, cast column missing values with no cast, and the country column missing values with no country. So here is all the manipulations have done to accurately clustering the TV shows and movies. Next is the data visualization and experiment with charts to understand the relationships between variables. So first is the share of each content type. So from the graph, we can visualize that the TV shows constitute the majority. Around 69.1% of the content watched on Netflix are TV shows, where the 30.9% content are movies. So next is the year-wise show addition. So the trend in the visualization indicates that in 2008 to 2022 there were relatively fewer TV shows and movies added to Netflix. However, starting from 2016 there was a slight increase in content additions. In 2019 there was a significant peak in the number of movies added, while TV shows experienced a similar trend but with a lesser increase compared to movies. So next is the month-wise show addition. So from the graph, we can conclude that during the months of October and December, there is a noticeable surge in number of TV shows and movies being released on the Netflix platform. The months of October and December are known for having various holidays and celebrations such as Halloween, Diwali, Thanksgiving, and Christmas, which often result in people spending more time at home and seeking entertainment options. Next is the month-wise comparison of content addition. In January, October, and December appear to be trending months for movie additions on Netflix compared to other months, where October, November, and December emerge as the trending months for TV shows additions on Netflix compared to the other months. Next is the normal distribution for movies and TV shows runtime. From the graph, we can conclude that the distribution of movies and TV show runtimes on Netflix is bimodal. The two peaks at around 90 minutes and 2 hours. This suggests that the Netflix users are interested in both shorter and longer content. The average runtime for movies on Netflix is 115 minutes, which is slightly longer than the industry standard of 100 minutes. The average runtime for TV shows on Netflix is 45 minutes, which is slightly shorter than the industry standard of 50 minutes. Next is the distribution of TV shows duration. From the graph, we can conclude that the majority of TV shows or web series in the dataset have only one season, while the remaining shows have a maximum 2, 3, 4, or 5 seasons. The most popular number of seasons for a TV show on Netflix is 3 seasons. This suggests that Netflix users are interested in shorter TV shows that are easy to watch, and there is a smaller but significant number of TV shows with 4 or more seasons. This suggests that the Netflix users are also interested in longer TV shows, but to a lesser extent. The average number of seasons for a TV show on Netflix is 4. Next is the how many TV shows and movies are original on Netflix by Netflix. Here is a chart. This chart tells that out of the movies available on Netflix, around 30.02% are Netflix originals, while the remaining 69.98% are movies that were released earlier through different distribution channels and subsequently added to the Netflix. Next is the finding top actress of TV shows and movies. So from the chart, we can clearly see that top 10 the top 10 actors on Netflix in India are all Indian actors. This suggests that the Indian Netflix users prefer to watch content with Indian actors. The most popular TV shows on Netflix in India is Money Heist, a Spanish series. This suggests that the Netflix users are open to watching content from other countries also. Next is the find top 10 genres of the dataset. So from the chart, we clearly see that the action and adventure is the most popular genre of the Netflix with 66.9%. This suggests that the Netflix users are interested in action and adventure content. Next is the top 10 countries and they provide the content to the Netflix. So from the from the chart here we can see that The United States is the top country that provides content on Netflix with 8.7% of market share. This suggests that the Netflix relies USA content to attract and retain subscribers. The United Kingdom is the second largest contributor of content to Netflix with 10.1% of the market share. This suggests that the Netflix is also looking to other countries such as the UK to provide content for its platform. Canada is the third largest contributor of Netflix with 6.5% of market share. This suggests that the Netflix is also looking to other countries as Canada to provide content for its platform. Next is the last 5 years number of top TV shows released on Netflix. So from the chart we can say that the number of TV shows released on Netflix has been increasingly steadily over the past 5 years. The highest number of TV shows released was in 2023 with. Next is the top 10 rating for different age groups and audience and rating based on movie and TV shows. So here is some uh, variable that is used. So here is a description of that variable. So this chart shows that the top 10 Netflix shows by rating are all in the drama range. This suggests that the Netflix users are interested in drama TV shows. The most popular Netflix show among all age groups is Stranger Things. This suggests that the Stranger Things is universally appealing now. The most popular Netflix show among 13 to 70 years old is 13 Reasons Why. This suggests that the 13 Reasons Why is a popular show among teenagers, and the top 10 Netflix shows by rating are all in the drama range. This could be lead to Netflix long subscribers who are looking for this type of content. Next is the top 10 genre. So here from the graph we can conclude that the average count of genres in the top 10 categories lies between 200 to 250, and this genre with the highest count among all the genres is documentaries with a count of 334. Next is the correlation heat map among the variables. Here is the graph, and from there we can see that this genre with highest target audience of 89% adults is stand-up comedy, children and family movies. Comedies also have a significant target audience with 82%, primarily catering to older kids, adults, kids, and TV shows have a target audience of around 66 to 53%. Next is the correlation chart 2, and from this chart we can conclude that the genre with the highest target audience is 89% adults is stand-up comedy, children and family movies. Comedies also have a significant audience with 82%, primarily catering to older kids, adults, kids and TV shows have the target audience of 66 to 53%. Next is the pair plot. Pair plot is used to understand the best of features to explain a relationship between two variables or to form the most separated clusters. It also helps to form some simple classification models by drawing some simple lines or make linear separation in our dataset. Next is the top 10 countries by number of movies. So from the graph we can clearly see that the funnel chart is used, and the funnel charts are often used to represent a gradual reduction in data as it moves through different stages or categories. In this case, the chart visualizes the number of movies in the top 10 countries, showcasing the decreasing count from the top 10 to bottom. The United States has the highest number of movies with 3,062 films, indicating a dominant presence in film industry. India is the second highest contributor with 923 movies, demonstrating a significant presence in global movies and TV shows market. So from the funnel charts are often used to present a gradual direction in data as it moves through different stages or categories, and in this case the chart visualizes the number of movies in the top 10 countries, showcasing the decreasing count. The United States has the highest number of movies with 3062 films, indicating a dominant presence in film industry, while India is the second highest contributor with 923 movies, demonstrating a significant presence in global movies or TV shows market. And last is the conclusion of the exploratory data analysis. The data indicates a clear preference of TV shows over movies with a significantly higher percentage of 69.1% as compared to the lower percentage of 30.9% for movies. This suggests that people trend to enjoy shorter formats like TV shows rather than investing their time in longer movies that may be less engaging. The trend in the visualization indicates that between 2008 to 2022 there were relatively fewer TV shows and movies added to the Netflix. However, starting from 2016, there was a slight increase in content additions. In 2019, there was a significant peak in the number of movies added, while TV shows experienced a similar trend but with a lesser increase as compared to movies, and so on and so forth. Is a detailed conclusion of the exploratory data analysis. Next is the hypothesis testing. Based on chart experiments, define three hypothetical statements from the dataset. In the next three then perform hypothesis testing to obtain final conclusion. Here we create a copy of our dataset. Okay, so next is the feature engineering and data preprocessing. So combining all clustering attributes into one single column. Next is the textual data preprocessing. So for this, lower the character using lowering method, tokenize the text into words and remove null alphanumeric characters, remove stop words and punctuation, and also join the words into a string and return it. Next is the text vectorization and handling all the null values and clean and transform the text data from the existing. Next is text vectorization. It combines two metrics, term frequency and inverse document frequency. So let's vectorize the text. For that you need to create a TF-IDF vectorizer and then feed and transform the pre-processed data. Here is the shape, and next is the dimensionality reduction. Principal component analysis to reduce the dimensionality of the dataset, and the PCA identifies the directions along which the data varies the most. These components are ordered by the amount of variance they explain in the data. So next is dimensionality reduction. So PCA can extract the most relevant features from a dataset. It transforms the original features into a new set of uncorrelated variables called principal components, and these components are linear combinations of the original features and capture the maximum amount of variation present in the data. So PCA can extract the most relevant features from a dataset. It transforms the original features into a new set of uncorrelated variables called principal components, and these components are linear combinations of the original features and capture the maximum amount of variance present in the data. So let's plot the explained variable versus the components to check how many components to be considered. The plot helps in determining the number of components to consider for dimensionality reduction. You can select the number of components where the cumulative explained variance reaches a satisfactory threshold, such as 95%. The point where the curve intersects or is closest to the threshold line can guide you in choosing the appropriate number of components for your analysis. So let's create an instance of PCA with the desired explained variance ratio. So the next is the machine learning model implementation. So at first we implement the k-means clustering. So we can plot this, and this plot will indicate the elbow point, which represent the recommended number of clusters based on the selected metric using elbow plot with the optimal number of 5 clusters. So the next is the plotting the clusters. Plotting the clusters and count the number of movies or TV shows in each cluster. So in first cluster there is 7,763 total movie shows and TVs, and let's go for word cloud. So looking in word count 9, looking for insights from types of movies or TV show, and looking for insights from title movies and TV shows, and for insights from country movies or TV show, then the insights from rating movies or TV show, and the insights from the movies listed or TV shows. So the cluster 9 in a dataset contains a total of 232 words. The most frequently occurring words in the clusters are as follows: type, movies and TV shows, title, Broadway, remastered, Christmas, Friends, orchestra, country, United Kingdom, Argentina, United States and India, rating, TV, MPA, PGTV, listed in dramas, international musical dramas, musical documentaries, comedies, international, and description is documentary, music, one bath, two lakh. And for word count 11, we clearly see that the cluster 11 in a dataset contains a total of 410 words. The most frequently occurring words in the clusters are as follows: types, movies and TV shows, title, Special America, time, love, comedy, Netflix, alive, Martin, country, United States, Brazil, Mexico, Italy, rating, TV, MA and TV, PG, listed in TV comedies, comedy stand, talk shows, description, stand comedy, comic, take, live, and share stories. Next is the recommender system. A recommender system is a type of information filtering system that suggests items to users based on their preference, interest, or past behavior. It is commonly used in various applications such as e-commerce websites, streaming platforms, social media, and more. The goal of a recommender system is to provide a personalized recommendation that is relevant and helpful to the individual user. So here he used content-based filtering as a recommender system. So this approach recommends items similar to the ones a user has liked or interacted with in the past. It analyzes the content or the attributes of items and finds similar items to recommend. For example, if a user enjoys watching action movies, the system may recommend other action movies based on genre, actors, or plot. Then for another chart, with removing stopwords and replace nan value with empty string, and next is the future work integrating this dataset with external sources such as IMDb ratings, books clustering. Plant-based type clustering can lead to numerous intriguing discoveries. By incorporating additional data, a more comprehensive recommender system could be developed, offering enhanced recommendation to users. This system could then be deployed on the web or widespread usage. Conclusion: it is interesting to note that the majority of the content available on the Netflix consists of movies. However, in recent years, the platform has been focusing more on TV shows. Most of these shows were released either at the end or the beginning of the year. The United States and India are among the top 5 countries that produce all of the available content on the platform. Additionally, out of the top 10 actors with the maximum content, 6 of them are from India. When it comes to content rating, TPMA tops the chart and indicating that the mature content is more popular on Netflix. The value of K15 was found to be optimal for clustering the data, and it was used to group the content into 10 distinct clusters. Using the data, a content-based recommender system was created using cosine similarity, which provided recommendation for movies and TV shows. So that is all about my project. I would like to thank AlmaBetter for giving me this platform to present my project.